So today is Friday, Good Friday as we often call it. And this week we've been thinking through through the Gospel of Mark, thinking about the story of Holy Week, and a number of different points in the life of Jesus during that week. And today we reach the point of Jesus' death, his crucifixion on the cross. And right at the start of this week, I got you to think a little bit about who you say Jesus is. Somebody turns around and asks you that question, who would you say Jesus is? And as we read the story of Jesus' death today, we actually encounter someone who begins to understand something of who Jesus is. As I say, we've been looking at this story through the Gospel of Mark, and so today we're in Mark chapter 15. And in Mark chapter 15, in verse 37 and down to verse 39, it says, "With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus heard his cry and saw how he died, he said, 'Surely this man was the Son of God.'" At last, the centurion gets it. Jesus is the Son of God. I don't know where you've been at this week as we've been reflecting on this story, or where you're at today. But I want you to hear those words. Surely this man was the Son of God. We talk a lot about who Jesus is and often write him off just as a nice guy. But as C.S. Lewis said, he could never have just been a good guy. He was either liar, lunatic, or Lord. He either lied about who he was, or he was mad because he thought he really was the Son of God, or actually Jesus was the Son of God. In the Gospel of John, John, one of Jesus' disciples, writes that God sent his Son to die for us. That's what Easter is all about. The fact that God was willing to give up his Son, Jesus, to die for us. No matter what we've done, no matter what's going on in our life, no matter the decisions we've made, each one of us is loved so much that God was willing to give up his own Son for us. So just as we reflect on death and crucifixion on this Friday and wonder how that could ever mean that it's Good Friday, I tell you, it is Good Friday. It's the day we remember the death of Jesus for each one of us. Let's pray. God, we thank you for your Son. We thank you for Jesus. We thank you that you were willing to give him up for us, to send him here to die for us. And we thank you for what that says about the love that you have for each one of us. God, would you remind us today, throughout the day, just why this really is Good Friday. Amen. We'll be back tomorrow with another short reflection.